This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, as we look across the area tonight, it is going to be breezy to windy with winds kicking up in the 20 to 25, 30 mile an hour range. They'll decrease only slightly overnight and then pick back up again late in the overnight hours into tomorrow with winds at 20 to 30, breezy to windy conditions coming. We are in high wind warnings. We're going to see gusts of 50 to 70 miles an hour at times, strongest just off to the west in the high country, really starting tonight all the way through Friday. It is going to be much colder starting tomorrow, and we don't see any precip in sight, but boy, the winds are certainly going to be there with us. 54 yesterday for a high. After a morning low of 18, we had very mild conditions today out in front of that system. Still nothing in the rain gauge. A couple hundredths is all for the month and the year. Temperatures still well into the 50s here across our region. Notice that cold air not too far off to our west, though, as we see much colder conditions in the high country with temperatures there down into the 30s. Here across the region, there's certainly a dividing line. We've got a stretch of 50s across the panhandle in the southern portions of the region and eastern portions as well. Off to the west, temperatures are in the 40s. Winds are already up there now. We've got wind gusts in the 20 to 30 mile an hour range. Wind gusts even stronger than that. The strongest winds, as usual, just off to our west, but we're seeing breezy, windy conditions spreading across the region, and we're going to see those winds push east across the area and stay with us for the next couple of days. Wind chills are down in the 30s and 40s thanks to that wind. We do have high wind warnings and high wind watches out for a large portion of the region. These are all wind highlights. And look at this. You can see the wind goes all across most of the Cornhusker State, all of South Dakota under high wind warnings and watches, all but eastern North Dakota, the eastern portions of Wyoming, northeastern Colorado, northwestern Kansas. The beat goes on with areas there going to be impacted by winds really for much of the next couple of days. So our bus stop forecast tomorrow, it'll probably be breezy when you get on the bus tomorrow. Temperatures in the 30s and even windier on the way home. We'll see a few clouds, very windy conditions though, and much colder when you had those high temperatures at 60 or better in some areas today. We're only going to be in the 30s for tomorrow. Futurecast isn't going to show a lot. We're going to see a very brief period of maybe an isolated rain or a snow shower this evening. That is about it. Otherwise, skies are going to be clear. This frontal system really just blowing through here too quickly. Lows in the upper 20s to near 30 degrees. Not bad for lows overnight, but their temperatures aren't going anywhere tomorrow. And we're going to have a prolonged period of winds here across the area tomorrow. Those clouds are going to be rolling through quickly from northwest to southeast and wind blown across the area. But not much in the way of precip. Maybe late tomorrow night, some areas in the far eastern portions there of Cherry County trying to see some backdoor activity. But most of it is going to be to our east and very, very light. At that. High temperatures tomorrow. Look at that. That's almost 25 degrees colder in many areas than where we were today, only in the low to mid 30s. Precip is going to be very light, if at all, and most areas are going to not experience really any precip, especially in the forms of snow. Everything, if they do get any, going to be a dusting at best. Let's take a look at Futurecast then for tonight. Dangerous winds late, 25 to 35 gusts, 55 plus overnight tonight. Lows down around 30. Those dangerous winds really during the day at times tomorrow. Gusts over 60, 25 to 40 mile an hour winds. Much colder tomorrow. Temperatures only in the upper 30s. And we're going to stay windy again Friday, probably even into Saturday as well. I think the strongest winds coming tomorrow into Friday though. And then Saturday still windy at times. Temperatures only in the low 40s both Friday and Saturday. Not as windy Sunday. We'll get back into the upper 40s. And then another system comes through, bringing breezy conditions again for Monday and Tuesday of next week. Temps only back to near 40. So we're dropping the temps down into the 40s at best for the next 7 days. Certainly much more active. Unfortunately, not much in the way of snow, but we are going to bring in multiple chances of some strong winds at times.